Hello, this is wmpyr. The title of this video is Eskrima bullcrap? And I realize that this is a very controversial sounding title, but I'm not here to mislead you, to try to trick you into watching this video or anything like that. We are going to actually talk about that. That is the main focus of the topic for this video. So, is Eskrima bullcrap? The reason why I decided to make a video on this is because I feel like MMA is very, very popular today, and with a lot of people who like MMA or practice MMA, they feel that traditional martial arts is bullcrap, and that includes Eskrima. So part of the big reason why they probably think that is because unless you compete full contact, they probably feel like it's bullcrap. And I don't compete full contact in Eskrima, and all I have to say about this is that just because you don't compete in something, I don't think it makes it worthless. That's just my opinion, all right? Now, on the flip side, I do want to give competition credit, where it's due, because I think a lot of traditional martial arts guys don't give sport the credit that it deserves. They're like, oh, that sport, street is different. Oh, so you've got a gold medal in this. Who cares? On the street, it's not going to be that way. It's not just one opponent. You're not going to be able to prepare. To me, those are the cheapest, worst excuses ever. Someone who's actually competed in boxing, wrestling, MMA, Muay Thai, any of that stuff, and they've won medals. I'm not even like UFC televised stuff. I'm just talking about like local events. I think that's super impressive. And if you've gotten like a silver medal in Pan Am Games or something, wow, I'm giving it credit, and I feel like someone who has actually done that is here over someone who's untested like myself. So I have no problem admitting that. I'm just saying that just because I haven't done that doesn't make me worthless. So the next point is a lot of people who say that traditional martial arts is bullcrap is they have heard the reasoning where someone like myself will say that our main focus is not on the fighting. It's actually on like body mechanics or the skill development, for making yourself a better person, spiritual, all these other areas, like philosophy and stuff like that, And you could argue all day and night about that, how practical is that, and health and fitness and the other stuff, other than just fighting, But I'm not here to do that, okay? But because I am one of those people that say, if you want to learn how to fight, go train in MMA. Go learn boxing, go learn kickboxing, go learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling. I'm the first to say that. At the same time, I'm also the first person to say, what I teach is body mechanics, okay? So one of the reasons why I teach body mechanics, and that's my main focus, is because not everyone is at the level where they're just athletically ready to go to a MMA gym or a boxing gym and they could start training there, But there are plenty of people for the last 5 years have been dormant, or maybe they've never done anything athletic their whole lives. All they've done is, play video games and watch movies all day long, couch potatoes, something like that, And to tell that person, hey, you want to learn self-defense, you want to learn how to fight for real, go to a boxing gym. They may not be able to, chances are they're not going to be able to handle it. The bar is way too high. Back in the day when I was training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I noticed that the dropout rate was extremely high. And the reason why is because learning the techniques is a lot. It can be very overwhelming because there's a lot of details and stuff. But at the same time, you're memorizing that, and then you also have to be physically fit, but you will be sparring. You're going to have to be able to deal with that pressure where someone's coming after you and trying to do their moves on you. You're going to have to deal with that, learn how to deal with that pressure. You're going to have to be able to learn how to remember the moves that you just learned and try to apply that. And, you're going to have to be able to catch your breath and just be able to deal with the physicality of it, So that's a lot. That is too much for someone, maybe for the average person. And another reason here is, in my case, I could give you a perfect example. I learned Eskrima back in the day, and I've been training it ever since. I've been practicing Eskrima ever since. But I'll be honest with you, it was a lot of times it was not my primary focus. There were times where I was more interested in Muay Thai. There were times where I was more interested in Savate and boxing, so I was focused more on stand-up fighting. There were other times that I was more interested in the grappling, so I just focused more on the grappling. But the one thing I could tell you is that I never stopped training the Eskrima. So, maybe some days for the whole week, all I did was Heaven 6. I just took time out, while I was training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Maybe it's the very, very minimum, but I'm keeping it alive. And that was very important. And because of it, I haven't fallen out of touch of it, even at my lowest point of, the amount of Eskrima training that I did at some points were very, very low. But even then, I never fell out of touch of it. I always had sticks around, no matter where I moved, I always made sure I took my Eskrima sticks with me and stuff, So because of that, now that I'm older, I can now focus 100% pretty much on the Eskrima stuff. And I'm glad because at this age, it just seems extremely silly for me to go to an MMA gym and, get heel hooked or something, and get my knee messed up or my joints all jacked up like that. It's just, the training is way too hard. And at this age, I got nothing to prove. And, the amount that I've learned already is not, I can't say that I'm awesome or anything, but I personally am satisfied with the level that I've learned. So, and that's what's important, So, when you're a beginner, I think Eskrima is good. When you're like, not athletic and stuff, I think it's a very good style to start off with. And then also when you're older, I think it's also a very nice style to go into because, the health risks and stuff are minimal compared to some other martial arts styles out there. Now, when you are young, I still feel that Eskrima can be beneficial to you because let's say you're an MMA fighter, all right? If you have one MMA fighter and then you have another MMA fighter and they're going to fight each other, if you want to get an edge over the other guy, you want to do some moves that he's not going to be familiar with, you want to use some strategies and stuff, then I think Eskrima can benefit you. Other traditional martial arts styles at this point I think can benefit you as long as you have the solid MMA, enough to be able to compete with another MMA guy. In other words, you are an MMA fighter, but you want something different. So if you added Eskrima to your arsenal, you already know what he does, because that's what you do too. You're an MMA fighter, but he's not going to know the Eskrima stuff that you're doing. He's going to be like, what the hell is that, So you can throw him off his game. So that'll give you a little bit of an edge right there. So even for someone like that, I feel that it's beneficial. As long as, like I said, MMA is your foundation. Or if you're a boxer, boxing is your foundation. And then you can add Eskrima to it. So anyway, I hope this helps shed some light. And, these are just my 2 cents. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.